Alright. Okay, should be not crashing now. Nice. So let's do this. Hello. I'll probably turn this off. That will be good. Alright. Lead code together. Sub only chat. Sub only live. Not really. You limit your profile videos to not really. Yeah, that's all good. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I hate that I have to focus everywhere now. My eyes hurt. All right, all good, all good, all good. And let's keep this one here. And we are good. We started. All right, what we are going to do today, we are going to actually work on some JavaScript stuff. And yeah, as usual, it's gonna be basically solving issues and talking about new stuff, probably that we didn't actually talk about before. All right, so welcome everyone who's joining our live stream. I'm really happy that you're here, and yeah, let's start talking about JavaScript. So today we are going actually to talk more about the yeah, it will be the map and sets in JavaScript, that they are actually similar to what we have in other languages, but yeah, this one will be kind of more in depth, and I will explain some of the stuff that I did before and explain them basically in more details, right? Also, we are aiming for 150 today, so to join this live, and let's see if that can be done. Last time we did 114, that was our peak. Actually, it was a good peak. We kind of also had like around 300 followers, like, or 400 or even 500, I'm not sure. It was a big number that I didn't bother even to see what's the difference, yeah, between what it was and where it was, like where it became, kind of. Yeah. All right, let's wait more. Yeah, welcome everyone who's joining now. I'm saying hi to everyone. And yeah, by the way, I'm seeing if I can actually kind of can lock this. Nice, so it cannot move, or okay, cool. So what I'm trying to do is kind of like share with you all the stuff that I'm doing and what we're going actually to push today into code. So anything that I'm talking about, you will find in that link basically that I pasted in the chat. And also hopefully later I can share with you kind of a Discord channel. Last time I couldn't do that, but let me try now if I can. The problem is, I don't know, like when I try to invite, the link doesn't appear as intended, but I share it with my friend. I think the link should work if I just grab it from here and paste it again in the chat. So yeah, that's cool. Hey, yo, whispering code and bro is on. Am I whispering really? For real? Oh, actually, what the hell is this? Why my live settings doesn't let me? Anybody knows what the live setting part is, to actually let myself share links? I don't see actually how to do it. I think I have it here. Turn on live preview. Nah. Mobile. No. Highlight. No. Record. No. Add give. No. Where is that? Where can I do that? I think maybe in settings somewhere. Live quality seems to be fine, but there should be somewhere where I can actually let myself yeah, let myself actually share links, right? I don't see it. What are you using is valid function too complex, user? You are cool. Yeah, so yes, for sure, mate. I think that the is valid function should be not that complex, but Yeah, we are actually talking about the sets and maps and kind of like the API functions for arrays. And that's why I did that. That's why I did it that way, and that's why I wanted also. Usually, the people that are here in the chat are not that into JavaScript, so I'm trying like to turn them onto the clan of JavaScript. And as you see, like Natapol said that he's new to this, and he's hoping to learn something, and that's why I'm here. So I'm trying actually to do that. I'm trying to teach you something in JavaScript. And today, yeah, we are talking only sets and maps, kind of. Yeah. Cool. We are also waiting for some other people to join, so that's why I'm kind of like just talking now and answering questions. And yeah, then we will start with the real deal. Yeah. We have some Russians in the chat. Some guy says Drast, yeah, which means hi, I think. Nice. It's really cool that each day we are having new people, and I'm usually trying to actually stream every day, which means that you will see me here literally every day, which is cool. And yeah, every day we are talking about something new. Thank you everybody who followed. I see followers already starting following now. Cool. Oh no, what is happening? Yeah, now I can switch between screens. Nice. All right. Any questions before we start? Here I have like how maps works, right? There was also a problem with Mason last time, which is kind of like the stuff that I'm using for linting and stuff like that. As you see here, I don't know if you see it in the chat or not. Yeah, you can see it. That's cool. I have Black, CSLSP, I have Emmet, and then today I had a problem with the installed version of ESLint. So basically, ESLint is pushing me that if I don't have an ESLint file in the repo, then it will block me basically to do anything. At that moment, I was like, "Fuck this shit! What should I do?" Sorry for cursing. I don't know how TikTok does that with cursing people. So what I did, I went to here and I just had one package of JSON. I didn't even bother to do anything. I just installed the ESLint latest basically configuration, and you can call that with npm init, and then you say add ESLint, which is this one, and then I think you don't do even /gs, you just do /latest, and it will work actually. Yeah. Therefore, then we are on the channels file, and why I did this, because let me share with you why. Because I wanted to kind of like create oh wait a second, why node models actually is not ignored? I need to create like a .ignore function. So what I did with lazy git, I initiated like git repo, so for us whenever we do anything I can share it with you. So what I did, I created this git repo. I think I can bring it here in the chat. And it's a new one. There's nothing much now. It's called Streambase. Yeah. And this Streambase basically will contain oh my god, why is it working like this? Why I'm having problems with sharing links? Anything I share is not working. Now it's working. Only GitHub though. What the hell? All right. So yeah, so the link here, that's where I am actually sharing this. So whatever we will edit on this one, I'm going to share with you later. Yeah. What kind of odd language is this, or what kind of language is this? This is JavaScript basically, and yeah, I'm doing lazy git here. I'll take it off. Yeah. So yeah, we have some people here. Nice. Now we can start. I hope that you are enjoying what I'm saying and what I'm doing, but if you have any questions, or if you want to shape these live streams or take them another way, please feel free. I'm only here to look clever. Huckleberry. Well, you probably does. You are more clever than me. So stay here and maybe follow us with the logic, right? So yeah. All right. So how does map works in JavaScript? So this is kind of like a thing that Not too many people will use a map basically, but I will show you now how to use it and why to use it, and a lot of things on the way coming up. So the first thing that you need to know is that a map, as I just uncommented this, I actually can, I think I have it uncommented or commented as a block. So now with my lazy vim, if I do G for commenting and then B, I will uncomment the whole thing, but it will look so much red. So let me go line by line. I'll just select it. So a map is a collection of key value pairs, right? So you have keys and any data type of value, and keys also can be of any data type. So the key can be a number, can be a string, can be whatever actually at this point. And the map maintains the order of insertion, key methods included as well. So here you can see that I have this part. Oops, why I cannot? Okay, I'll just go on this one and then leave that. All right, so here we have a map.set of key and value, which means that you are setting up like space in the memory where you have a key for it. Basically you can call it with that key for get later, and that's what happened in here. And I hope that actually the screen is good and visible. I can zoom in even more, but I don't want it to kind of like pop out of the screen kind of, yeah. So I will just look at it like that. This is fine, I think, right? Yeah. Someone is actually looking at the isValid functions, I think. Yeah, Jesse, I think so. I think what you just save space complexity as map isn't needed. Yeah, but we are actually just talking about definitions today, so we're not gonna use it until we have it an option. And I'll show you actually how you can group by maps, for example, or do something that maybe will save the memory, or for some reason doesn't, but looks clever, right? Looks clever sometimes too. Just shows that you know them, right? Hi Reed, hi everyone. All right, so here you have this key to retrieve the value associated with that key. So basically here the value, you can get it with that key, and then you can check if a map has something. This is what happened here. Basically I think I do it not here, somewhere I used that. I'm not sure in which solution, maybe I even deleted it, but it doesn't matter for now. You can check if a key exists, even a key, just a key. You don't have to run or through like values. The moment you find that key, you stop. Therefore for each does something different, where it runs all the array and then returns still, even if it finds the value, it just keeps running with a constant of true, I think, or something like that, that is stored in the memory, and then comes back saying, hey, I find it, I know that there is something there, which element equal to whatever you were searching for, but I still run through all the array. So map here will help, right? Map.delete, I think even there is like the array function of sum.sum. I think I showed it last time, like array.sum, and then you go element, and then you say, hey, is element equal to 1, let's say. So this also runs smoothly and it does the work. Map.delete key deletes a key value pair, so here you don't have to put the value, you just put the key. I think is like you can treat it like an object though, but yeah, does the object have a size? I don't think so, but here it just returns the map. It maps through the whole thing and then it returns to you the length of it, which is really cool. Someone asked what language is this? It's JavaScript, so hopefully it's interesting for you. What else? Yeah, I mean, it's not that really fancy stuff, but it still does the work, and you still will learn something when you use map, right? Now let's uncomment all of this and go to the other part where I talk actually about sets, right? Sets are cool. Why? Because whenever you use a set, you can know that you are actually kind of using only unique values. Not kind of, but you are actually using only unique values. Why? Because let's say if you have an array which is equal to let's say a or 1, 2, and then 2, and then 3, and then 3, and then 4 and 5, basically. Yeah, if you want actually to make it into a set, you will know that you will get, let me just write it correctly so my LSP doesn't yell at me. Here what you will do is that you can get rid of all the redundant values or the duplicate values by just getting that array into like a new constant. Let's say you have array without, I don't know, without duplicates or something like that. And why I'm writing sometimes my my constants like this literally, because that's what I got used to whenever I work on big projects. I just literally write it whatever exists in that array, so whenever I come back I don't lose it. Sometimes I do like array of wherever, but yeah, that's cool. So here you need to spread the array, and then you say, hey, I need a new set of that array basically, and this will work still, and this will return actually the array. I mean, maybe, yeah, this is will return an array without duplicates, and therefore then you know that you get rid of the 2 here, and you got rid of the 3 as well. So therefore it will be just like that. This is a way where I can see myself using sets, because sometimes I have data, like if you work a lot with charts, you can see yourself actually doing this a lot. You will have a lot of charts and then a lot of data coming up, and then you don't know what kind of data you are going to show, if there is any duplicate values for certain x and y's and stuff like that. So you have like a meter, like the y axis or the x axis, and you have a value or duplicate values for the same x value. So you say, no, I don't want to actually to have it. I will just exit in this term, and I will get the set of all the values. Therefore you will get not the duplicates into the array. Yeah. So map is equivalent to a hash data type in Python. Yes, it is. I think there is a joke about hash maps. They say that if you ever get stuck in an interview, just say I will throw in hash map, and that's true. I mean, hash maps help you a lot, because that differentiation of key and value makes your code look more smart, right? And it's cool. I mean, it's one of the things that you can use to look smart, which is cool. All right. Let's get rid of all of this. All right. So now set add. All right. So here we are adding, and as you see, it's kind of like similar to the map, but it doesn't call set because it's a set. It will be funny if this was set as well, set. But they changed it, so the set was .add will add a value directly. You don't need a key here. Also the set.has will work same as a map here. And set.delete though, I don't know. Yeah, delete also work on maps. And set.size, so it does the same work on size, right? So the only difference, I think the map does take duplicates and this one doesn't, so that is one thing, right? So now let's kind of like try to use them, maybe. Here I remember we talked about this is valid function last time, and we solved it. And if you see here, the goal is to check a string with parentheses, and the bracket and braces is valid, which means that if you have an opening bracket, then therefore you have a closing bracket, basically, right? And therefore, if you pass here like this, it will know that each one will have its closing tag. And therefore here you don't need to worry too much. It will just work, right? Any questions though? Maybe someone, map.map also makes sense. Yeah, I don't think map.map exists. I don't know. Maybe it does exist and I never used it. Yeah, amazing. Zillion said custom neovim config. Yes, it is a custom neovim config. It is like using Lua. I have some plugins I can show you. Oh yeah, for sure. I can show you here with the check health. I think it will require everything. But the thing is that I think if I just go lazy like this, it will also log into the screen. Yep. These are the configuration if you want to take a snapshot maybe or something. I have, yeah, what I'm like using are literally what LazyVim does, LazyNeoVim or LazyMVim or something, but these are whatever works. Yeah. So Mason, neodev, nvim, auto pairs, cmp, lint, lsp config again, surround, nvim tree, and these are all actually helpful whenever you set up a good kind of like configs or hotkey for, and therefore it will be really cool. What's the amortized space and time complexity? I think you're asking the wrong guy here. It's been like a very long time that I did this, but yeah, whenever you I know and I remember that whenever you do a for loop, you're going the on path, and here we are doing that twice because we are also using a stack of array where we return actually its length. So basically, therefore, I think to on, that will be good. Yeah, and it's not that much. Yeah. But I'm not sure there if the stack.length actually will run through or not because it's 0 anyway. So yeah. Yeah, I think Jesse is right what he put there. Yeah. Then all good. Yeah. Cool. What else? So Amazing Zillion said that he used Astro Nvim. I don't know of this one. I might check it. Astrovim or Astro Nvim? Astro Nvim. Oh, it looks like something new for me. Oh wow. Okay. It also uses Lua for configs. And what about like the hotkeys and stuff? Does it come configured for that, or does it come without and then you have to do it yourself? I'm not sure then. You may tell me here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So any more things that I can answer maybe before we pass to some examples and stuff? Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool. Zillion, that's really nice. I mean, yeah, my config is on my GitHub. I think you can go to my GitHub. It's very not that much, but everything that I work on is private. So that's my why I cannot share links, man. I can share some links but not all links, but man, it's kind of not cool at all. Okay, so whatever I'm actually putting now on my live stream, you can go and check, but let me just go here. Maybe I can paste this one. Maybe is there like somewhere where I can configure this, like what I can comment in the chat? All right, so the I don't understand. So with HTTPS I think it should work, but I copied it with HTTPS. Why it doesn't do that in the first time? Yeah, so that's the stream base, and then you can go to my profile and you will find my it's called my NeoVim config, and I even pushed my terminal config there, and I pushed also my tmux config as well. But why I'm actually telling you to go back, let me just share with you the link again. Here you go. And this link doesn't do the work, so this one doesn't want to get pasted. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with TikTok, man? Thanks for everyone actually sharing the live. That's really amazing. Yet to be celebrity said that, is this C++? I don't know, man. What do you think? This is JavaScript, and soon enough we will start to introduce also TypeScript, because I thought that I might share my knowledge about TypeScript soon, and I have a lot of tricks that I can share with you guys, a lot of tricks, and we go step by step. I want this kind of like live stream thing to become one of the projects that I can be proud of. So we will start like slow, we learn like small stuff, and even people that joins the chat without knowing anything, someday they will join and see like big apps being built. And also I'm actually getting familiar with OBS and how can I actually stream full screen and stuff like that. So therefore I can show the app, I can show multiple screens and stuff like that. What are you coding for? Are you asking me in general, all this here? Today we are just talking, chilling, like literally talking about stuff that I think are important. Yeah, so let's use map and set in some examples. Let's put here under map some of the things that I think I can teach you today. So I think I have an example somewhere, but if I cannot find it, then therefore I will just not do it. All right, let me just then create a new set. So let's call this my set, and try out how to do it. So basically, as if you are initiating a class, you assign the value but never used for sure. So if you say here my set dot add, because that's the function for it, then 1, and then let's say you just duplicate this one and go here and set this for 2 and this for 2. What do you think is here will happen? What will happen? Let's do WWH for what will happen. So what do you think will happen there? That specific project. Okay, for the future, I mean. I have like multiple projects that I'm working on. One of them is actually a white noise app, and I really like the premise of it, and I think it's going the right direction. So maybe when I actually make it complex enough to be interesting for the viewers, I will start sharing it. But now it's just like a simple app, right? So CloudWorks said that it will return 1 to 2. Actually, what? No. I'm adding, this is a set, by the way, an empty set. And what we said about sets here, can you read this one maybe? A set is a collection of unique values. So here it won't accept it at all. So this won't be, if I write it, won't be accepted. And why is that? Because set doesn't accept duplicates. And this is how you learn it, by by stumping upon someone who tells you no. So, and now if I do a map though, and how can I check that? Because if I return here, I say, hey, does my set has 2? It will refer to this one here. It will not refer to the duplicate, and actually it will never answer for that. And this should be returned as true, basically. Yeah. So then you know how does sets works. But maps in the other way, you can also iterate them, right? And I think sets as well you can iterate. So basically the fun part about sets is that you can't forget about doing a for loop, you know, the for loop, normal loop, and do actually a for off. I'm not sure if this can detect it here, but you can say for, let me find out, for value of my set, right? And then you can go here and get each value. Basically you can know that the first value will be, let me do the first value will be 1, and then therefore this is the same, right? So yeah, this one will be replaced with 2. Replace with 2. Come on. I think there's a trick in here that you can press X for minus and A for plus. So that will be 2. Yeah. And this could be also second. Oops, I exited. Is this only NVIM that I exited? Yeah, cool. But TMX still works, right? Nice. All right, so that's one. I'm even like getting used to my new keyboard. I bought Kinesis. I think some people know in the chat about this. I bought the Kinesis Pro and it's really cool. Yeah, the Kinesis is one of the best keyboards that I ever bought, and I really like it a lot. Yeah. So what else can we learn today? We're going to actually see some maybe kind of like examples. Let me actually get you a good example, right? And this probably is like a good use of maps, and you can do this to actually kind of count sometimes, right? And now you will see what is the difference between get and set and add and all of that. So here, if I just go and, for example, I will go just for the sake of it under the map definition. Or is this a set definition? Okay, then there's one. We'll go down and we will just do the map part here. So let's say we have a fruits, which is an array, and then you put, I don't know, a banana. Give me fruits, guys. Strawberry or something. I don't know if I'm writing them correct or not. But then you will have duplicates here, and that's fine, right? And then you say, hey, I want also to have something else, like grapefruit or whatever. and then you go here also and you give another one that is duplicates, for example strawberry. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do, actually we're going to use a map, and the map is not like a good thing, but you're going actually to do a fruit count kind of. Okay, mango, let's do that. Let's replace the grapefruit with mango because I don't know what is a grapefruit. This one will be mango. All right. So then we will create like a fruits count. All right, and this one will be a map, and I'll show you now how to calculate or do accounting using map. All right, so you will see always my LSP actually getting everything in red, and that's just because it is NeoVim. Sometimes it just puts everything in red whenever you make a mistake, and I really like it like that because it is really helpful. All right, so I showed you something called for of, right, and we use it actually wrongly. What you can do is just to do for, and you open, and you need to actually make the fruit as a const or let. It depends here, but usually a const. So fruit of fruit. So now you are not talking about the map at all, and you here you will be accessing each fruit, iterating through the array. Each fruit will be that fruit value. The thing is, to count here is to use a set, right? And we said that in a map, if you set something, you will set it by key, right? So then each time you are actually setting the key, you will see if that exists before or not. Therefore, you can count it. And this, how can we do it? We can go back. We say fruit count dot set, and then we set the fruit as a key. But sorry for that. Here you will actually ask the fruit count and say, hey, can I get that fruit or not? Can I get it? Is it there? And then if not, you will give it a value of 0 basically, right? This will work for you because then you will always map through that array and say, hey, if the value is there, I will just set it for something, for 0 if it's not there. But if it's there, I will just increment it by 1. So what you will do here, you just select this word, and then kind of like surround this by parentheses, and then go here +1. Is it understandable? I feel it is, but if it's not, I will try to explain it again. So now you will have a fruit counts, and each fruit will have its count always in front of it, and it looks like kind of a better group by function. I don't know what they implemented in the group by, but this one looks better. I don't know why, but it gets written very fast, and also it uses a map, which is really cool, and it shows that you're smart. I don't know, it maybe for me it's like that. All right, so the only thing that you can do now is just to console log, right? And you console log the fruits count. Who does understand this and who doesn't, so I can explain it. You need to read Jinx. What is that? Only her said, loving the content so far. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm trying actually to kind of like stream every day and yeah, and maybe solve complex stuff with you in the future. But for now, we're just learning JavaScript. I don't know what is that. Yeah. So yeah, perfect. Awesome. So what I did over here is, as we see, like the for of kind of function is not a normal for loop because it just takes the fruit as a value each time it iterates, and it looks also better for you to know and that you are actually iterating through fruits array, and each time you are taking the fruit value as a element value basically. But what is really cool is that actually when you do the set function, you can also do the get inside it, which is really amazing. For me, just like a waha moment, like what is happening here. So what you are seeing here, and when you asked about what is that or thingy, we are looking through the fruits to see if there is any duplicates basically. And if we go to, let's say, mango, and we don't find any duplicate for it, how can we find that? Because we know that the map takes a key and a value as it's written above. So we are seeing if that key exists before, right? And if it exists, we are trying to find that with that dot get. Then we just, if it exists, we just add 1 on whatever value there. So we don't care what value it is. It can be string, but it will be messed up. But we know that we are actually doing doing numbers here in this case. So if it doesn't exist, we will set it to 0. So that's the or thingy, right? The or 0 basically. Otherwise, we will put 5, for example, if banana exists 5 times, right? The Darthbane said banana is out. Is it? No, it's not. So here we'll have, I think we can test this. Where am I? ls. So I can just do node. Man, I created a new folder. Node challenge.js. Yeah. Here you go. You see? So we have a banana of 2, strawberry of 2, and a mango of 1. But yeah, I replaced the grapefruit with mango. You see, it's kind of cool, right? This is all the other stuff that we did, so don't pay attention. And we even have like something here that we need to work on later. All right. So that's it. Understandable, very good, and to the point. Let's actually take another look for stuff. So as I showed you how set work, and we know that it doesn't accept any duplicate. Can some of you now tell me what should be the way to get rid of the duplicates here? We did the same example just literally 15 minutes ago. So how can we get rid of duplicates here in this one? Okay, I'm hearing you, and I want kind of like using set, but I know that you know now if you watched the whole stream. But if you didn't and you are now new here, please feel free to try, right? Do you like to use terminal while running your programs? Actually, yes. Yeah. What time do you come on lives, and can you teach from the beginning? Actually, that's a good question. I come alive usually on the same time, around 10 p.m. CET, Central European time. I don't know which kind of place are you at, so yeah, it will be always CET, which is Berlin, Paris timing, so 10 to 11 p.m. sometimes even earlier. But if you find me earlier, I will keep even live streaming after that time, so you will catch me always at 10. Yeah, with a for loop and equal check. That's okay. And a set, like I said, yes, that's okay. Also, set numbers, that's correct. But in JavaScript, usually if you have some use of set, you can turn it into an array. So if you turn it always into an array, it will be always good. So you use as a lost set, you just do it as this. So non-duplicate numbers, non-dupes. It will be just an array. Oops, what did I do? Let me just write it again, because I feel like my LSP is having fun with me right now. Okay, numbers. Now it's working without dupes. Yeah, now it's working. So it will be numbers basically, and then not like that. You will just do directly new set. Yeah, of that numbers basically, and then therefore you don't risk to return like set. You just return an array, but it's kind of like you can use it directly. You can do, I don't know, here reduce or a map or something. You can apply something into it later, which is correct. Every one of you is correct. Thank you all for the try. And now someone said, sorry, what is what? What is this? This is JavaScript, mate. Okay, perfect. Everybody's good. So let's do another problem, right? What can be the problem that I can fix right now? That sounds so cool. We have a lot of them. We have a count prime one, right? Yeah, let me go and check. Count primes. Here you go. Yeah. So count and did we do that? No, that's the count. But yeah, this is the one here. Tuck. So what we're going to do is actually to go GG on top, and let's paste it on top. And yeah, so it's a const of count prime, and that will be in new. Why I'm doing code like this? It will be anonymous function, and let's return true for now, right? Just to ask you how can we approach this. So the goal is to count the numbers of prime numbers less than given number of n. How can we do this? Anybody knows what is a prime number? Yes, only hers. Set doesn't accept duplicates like map does, and that is the only difference between them, I think. But there is another difference for sure. When you set a value in a set, basically, or add a value in a set, because you cannot do set, you can do map.set, but set.add, right? So here you know that you are doing it differently when you see that if you want to add something twice in a set, it will just ignore that. Totally ignore. I think it won't show an error unless you're using TypeScript. But if you do a map and do map.set for adding a new something in it, you need a key and a value. And that key can be string, can be a number, can be whatever. And the value should be a value, whatever you need, actually. Yeah, nice. So that's it. What was after the or in fruit functions? Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I explained it. I will explain it again. It's fine. So here we are trying to count how many bananas or how many strawberries we have. So we know that we want like to say 2 bananas, 2 strawberries, and 1 mango. So the for of here, because as I said, you don't have key value here. Otherwise, you will do this as a key value, kind of, if it was a map, basically, but it's not a map. So what you're doing is just counting, but by setting each time we find the same get. So if I am running through this array and I found out, hey, I have a new fruit, which is banana. Do I have a number for it? I don't have a number for it. So let me set it to 0. So that's why the or 0. Therefore, oh, I have a number for it. Okay, then add +1 to it. That's it. That's how many indexes you have. I feel like, yeah, you can do order by or you can do whatever here, but this shows a greater use of set function and also the get function in one line, and it's really epic, right? So now let's go back to count primes, and I'm asking actually the chat, what do they know about primes, prime numbers? Oh, it's out of screen. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me then zoom out. Is that fine? I'm sorry for that. Oh yeah, if you are on TikTok, then for sure. Yeah. Otherwise, is it visible like this? Is it even understandable? Can you see the screen? If yes, then I will leave it like this. I won't zoom anymore. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So if you are actually watching for the first time, you can find you out as async stack with everywhere you go, and Kick on Twitch. I'm actually on Twitch right now at the moment. So if you want to switch, you can search me there as well, and you can find me and you can watch the full screen actually. Nice. All right. What else? I need to see if the screen is visible like this for you all. Set and map consumes much measure. It's not useful always. Yes, it is not for sure, but it's one of the things that you can use, and especially in interviews, it gets asked a lot. What's the difference between an array and a set? What's the difference between array.map and reduce? Something like that, right? Thank you, John. I'm trying my best. Yeah. Yeah. So last time actually we talked more about like maps and stuff like that and array functions. That's why today we are actually keeping it for maps and sets only. But actually now for the prime part, we probably will use a reduce or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but we'll probably use something there. Yeah. I don't know how to do it yet, but let me think about it while I'm asking you. But I asked a question though. I asked, anybody here knows what is a prime number? Nobody answered. Unless I'm not seeing the comments. Yeah. So here, for example, if you say, hey, count primes to 10, I say the output of 4, but I'm not sure here. Is 4 only the... no, it's not. count the number of it just gives you the number of the prime numbers. So it gives you how many times I found a prime number. Yeah. So a prime number, I think, is a number that is only divided by itself and 1, basically. So it's a prime. Like 13, for example. Yeah. True. Yeah. So Darth Bane knows it. All right. So let's do that. It can be in so many different ways done, for sure. But the one that I want to do is showing you how can you skip doing stuff. So now we are learning how can we skip steps, right? So let's say, for example, you are in here, right? Before to return anything, and let's comment this one here, you would say, is there a prime number before the number of 3, right? Is there a prime number before the prime of 3? Actually, no. So here I would say n equal, or before, or maybe less than 2 or less than 3, maybe, I'm not sure. Actually less than 2, then I will return false. Basically what you're saying is that I want to return 0 as an index because I'm counting them basically whenever my n is very small. And why n here? Because my argument accepts n, and that's the number, and that's 10 in this case, right? So that's kind of like skipping while thinking, like you say, hey, I need to achieve this. How can I do it the best way, right? And that's it. I mean, you start from there for sure. And then you do an array of primes, basically. I don't know. How can I fill an array of empty and then saying, hey, how many now values that I have inside that array? I'm thinking like a bit different from what I usually do, just to make it simple. So I will just do here const is prime equal to an array or a new array, and this I'll give it n. How can I do I'll probably fill it with true. And why do you think I did this? Anybody knows? I'm thinking all the way. So basically, if the prime of 0 basically is a prime of 1, then I will say it's false. Basically, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm thinking, and I need you also to think with me, how can I count primes all the way as I am counting through n, right? So yeah. Okay, this is a good thing also. So yeah, so as I use this here, I am sure also that the two numbers, like is prime of 0 and is prime of 1, will always be false. So I will just count the trues later, right? It's a really good idea to actually have is prime array, and whenever this is a stupid kind of way to approach it, but that's the only thing that I could think about right now. So you will do a for loop, and you would say I here, and it will go like n, yeah. Here you will just replace this array. Let me just do it with n, and you would say, for example, if that's actually divided by 1 and itself only, then affects its is prime by true, right? And then you just return how many trues you have. Yeah, I can do that also. That's a really good one. I'm new to the stream. What are you building or coding? We are trying actually to solve interview questions or random questions that comes to my head. Honestly, it's just me being me doing JavaScript, and that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I will do a for loop. Then therefore we are more into the geometrical kind of approach, as you said. And yeah, here in my case, it should be not that I is less than n. It should be that I starting with 2 and I multiplied by I is less than n, so this one always should be 2 because we already know that the 0 and 1 are false. And I don't know, maybe this will skip some of the stuff, but I don't know. Let me try it out. So in this way I will just say if is prime of I exists or whatever like that, then I will go like for G and how can I approach this a better way actually? Okay, then I will continue doing it like this, and then therefore later I will just do a filter and count how many truths do I have. How about that? If I count how many truths do I have, then therefore I will have the length of how many primes I have. Okay, so hi sir, how to become a programmer easily? Thank you. You need to kind of like do it every day for the rest of your life. And by doing it every day, you will become good at it. Yeah, I mean, go to Coursera, maybe start from there. They have like really cool courses. Also go to, if you are more into the web development, go to Front End Masters. They're really good at sharing knowledge. What else? YouTube, like some of the channels actually have a really good JavaScript kind of lessons. Also, don't go through learning by doing when you are not confident enough. So in my case for web development, I went HTML, CSS, and then I stayed a lot with HTML and CSS, trying kind of like to master them, to find out how they work and stuff like that. And then therefore I moved to JavaScript. And then when I moved to JavaScript, I started to learn kind of like how it works, what should I do with JavaScript, how can I add event listeners, how can I use JavaScript in a very good way to actually not create a redundant code and stuff. And from there I learned React, and I did MERN stack basically. And yes, I'm a kind of like a full stack developer when it comes to JavaScript, because if you think about it, JavaScript is the only language where you can do backend with JavaScript and front end with JavaScript as well. Yeah, I think though that there is other languages maybe you can with Python. I'm not sure, but JavaScript gives you the possibility to do that. And even though that you learn Spring Boot or Java or whatever, you will be able actually to do this also in the front, and you will only need actually JavaScript to do that and not Java only. Yeah. So if you go Spring Boot, usually they use on the stack of the front Angular. Yeah. Usually most of the people that I know that use typed language like Java, C# or C++ or C, they go and learn Angular because they feel like it's strongly typed, right? And yeah, that's it. The Wolfpack Daisy asked, use AI to code? Actually not much, but lately for some of UTL functions I use it. You know when I use it mostly, like I know that I will use it when I try regex. Regex is like to see how can you for example test the string against like a rule. Let's say your string needs to be a YouTube URL. Therefore, you will only say, hey, if I'm doing actually a YouTube URL, I need the format of that. And regex can give you a format of how YouTube URL should look like. And therefore you do it like that, because then you copy paste it, because you don't need to do it yourself. Regex itself is like a programming language itself. Cool. So Copilot. Yeah, I use Copilot mostly when I want to ask it about, hey, create a promise or something like that. But now as I'm using NeoVim, I'm not having Copilot installed in it. Since I started with NeoVim, last year, I think, oh my gosh, I feel like super sleepy. Last year, I think I started with NeoVim, and the moment I started with it, I really liked doing things myself, and and since then it was really it. Like, yeah, I didn't want to do any more Copilot, because I thought that with the combination of hotkeys and combination of stuff that I do with NeoVim, I can kind of like create my plugins in the future that helps me being fast. Therefore, I will always be keep learning until I maybe reach a level where I don't need Copilot anymore. How long to learn JS? Started in December 2024. I mean, in a month, like if you do 2 hours a day, you will be in a very strong like situation, because even though that GS is not that hard to understand in a global way, but maybe if you check how to make a website with GS and you stick to maybe the website part of add an event listeners maybe, and so on and so forth, therefore you will be really good at it. Yeah. Dude, what does line 21 do? Everybody is actually saying what lines 21 do. Line 21, which is this one here, is saying, okay, let's start from here. Fruits count dot set fruit. So if you have that fruit, let's say banana, and you are trying here to get how many bananas do you have before, right, in your set or map here, I'm not sure, map.set or map.add. Yeah, map.set. So this is a map. And then therefore here you are saying, hey, if I have that key value, then I will set it to plus whatever it was there. Otherwise, you will set it to 0. All right. DOM is difficult for me right now. Thank you. I think, yeah, DOM will be a bit difficult, but then it will start to be really easy for you. Don't worry about that. Okay. All right. So now we just fixed this is prime issue. I mean, I'm trying to kind of like lock myself into a situation where I'm using like for I and then for J, but it's not really an optimal one. That's what I'm doing right now. But for the sake of it, let's just finish it. So we're going here to say if prime of I, or is prime of I, then what should be done is actually, let me think about it here. Then we will do the for again, and this time it's J, right? Sorry for confusing you even more, man. And the J here will be I of J. And why is that? This one will be I multiplied by J, and this one should be J of I. I'm not sure actually. J also should be less than N, and not like that, CAWN. And then is prime of J should be equal true. So what we're doing, or is prime of J should be equal false actually. Let me think about it again. Yeah, it's the only bit of complication here is that you won't understand I of I, because I am actually running through numbers as n and then create an array of them and then fill in everything of true. Therefore, if it's not a prime, then I'm just putting false. Therefore here I'm saying, hey, if it's multiplied by something else, set it to false, please, right? And starting from 2, because I know always that if you start with 0 and 1, which is basically here you say, hey, any number that goes like from 0 and then you move on, you know that 1 is not a prime number, 2 is not a prime number, so why should I care about these two? I will always skip them, right? And here I'm teaching you basically how to skip stuff that you don't need to do. Yeah. How many years you were software engineer? I think 9 for now. 9 or 8 to 9, something like that. Is it CPP? What do you mean by that? In Germany we say ich liebe Erdbeeren. Yeah, I'm actually in Germany as well, but I'm not German. Yeah, how many years of experience? I answered that. Trying to answer as many questions. You know what, let's finish this one and then we test it. If it works, then we go actually to kind of like answer as many questions as you want, guys. Okay, all right. So here, after we finish with this for, we need to return something, because without it then we cannot. And here is prime dot filter. I think we are filtering a boolean, and I wrote it wrongly because I know here that the word boolean. Okay, actually if I write it like that, we consider only true and then dot length. Therefore it will only count the true values, yeah, because it's set for always true, and when it's not prime we'll set it to false. Yeah, so filter all the booleans of true. Basically this will just say true. If you go like this, then it will filter by false. And that's something I learned actually not so many time ago. I think last year I saw it in someone's code and was like, what the hell is this? And then I figured out that that's how you count trues. Or actually you can say filter, or you can use array dot, I don't know, you can map through and then count or whatever, like we did with the set here. But this one seems like it works and it's solid. Let's try it. Holy moly, we have a problem. Why is that not working? G before initialization. How is that? What do you think, guys, is the problem here? G should be, yeah, sure. So here we are at I of I, and then we face the problem. So this should be I of I. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so now we're having 2, but it should be 4, right? Or this is one that we're doing. I'm not sure at this point, honestly. No, it should be this one, and then it should be j less than n and j plus plus, or j less than I. Oh man, I lost it. This is JavaScript, yes. And is the +1 for count and up or go index forward? I don't understand the question. Maybe you can tell me which line it is. It's JavaScript view, yeah. Why do you not use Python for lead coding? I think I just do JavaScript since I started working, and that's it. You just stick to one, right? And lead coding with Python, I know that it's easier. But here we are trying to kind of like use JavaScript for complex stuff, and as you see, we are opening a million for loop here, which is not good for us. So yeah, we said that. Oh, I think I know why. G always needs to be I plus 1 or something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah, so everything is true, which means that all our booleans are true for now, but we need to false them when we find something that's not false. We go here, hey, let's go by 2. Then basically I will say 2 multiplied by 2 should be less than n, and then I plus plus. Here then it will be 3 by 3, and so on and so on. So we know always that it is multiplying by itself in this case. And then here we take the same number and we also check again if it exists, or if actually can be divided or multiplied by something else. And therefore we are in the second loop. And that's it. That's cool. So yeah, the second loop always will be starting from where the I is and goes plus, which makes sense. And then this should return 4. Let's try it. In my case, I think it will work, but I'm not really confident about this solution. I think we could have done better solutions. Yeah, it returned 4, which is this value here. Alright, let's try something else. Let's try 20, and then I get sure at least that it's correct. How many prime values? Yeah, 8, correct. Okay, so we have 3, we have 7. What else do we have? We have 1. No, wait a second, is 1 a prime number? I'm not sure. I think not, right? Yeah. And then have 13, have 17. Okay, I think I will ask Google. Show me all prime numbers. All right, so it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Okay, cool. Then yes, we have 8. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 13, 17, 19. Yeah. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. All right, cool. At least we did this one. I'm honestly exhausted. I think I won't do any more right now, especially that we did a lot. Let's go through them, what we did for the last live stream. Anybody understand this one maybe? Here we used here where the idea for map came to mind. So the key value of closed parenthesis will be open parenthesis, and then you check if that and its value actually exists in your character. And then you say that this is valid or not. This will return true for sure because everything has its closing value. The missing number one was actually cool because we went through like to count through like n numbers and then say, hey, if I don't find something, then I will know it by dividing the total of what I have already minus the sum of what you gave me, so I will know exactly what is the missing number. And remove duplicates, which is this only. So here where we also came up to the idea to actually say what is a set, what is a map. Yep, it skips nothing. What do you mean it skips nothing? Did you mean the fruit count code, that +1 counting up? I think people still are asking about that +1. I wish to know everything. Well, we don't know. We don't know everything, man, and that is, we should actually get okay with that. Okay, so everybody's asking about the count number one, the line 35. What is a problem with that? Can someone tell me what do you see a problem with that line? Or maybe someone didn't understood it or something. Only Google knows everything. True. Loop in prime I. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody's talking about line 35. Seems like a loophole in coding. Alright. Oh my god, you are the I want mail guy? No, man. I am not. Who's this? All right, let's talk more about maps and sets. I think people are just confusing them a lot. All right, so set doesn't accept duplicates, and that's it. I mean, if you go like that, you will know always that your set doesn't accept duplicates, and you go understand from there. All right, so the second thing is that if you do a map, then therefore whenever you set something, you can check with a get first. So basically what I've did there with the fruit part, with the count fruit part, is that whenever I'm setting, I check if I can get that or not. If I can see if I actually put that same key there or put that value there. Therefore, yeah, you will know then that if you can put it to the test and actually check before you set, then yeah, you will always have a value if you have something. If not, you won't. That's it. Yeah, as Netapol said, JavaScript is a language where 1 + 1 is 11. Amazing. Correct. Does all of you know that, or should I show you? Actually, that's correct. So basically, why is that? So if you put so see here 1 plus, and then you put a string of 1 here, it depends, bro. It depends of what you put first, right? But for some reason, a string type is always superior. So basically, if you go 1 plus 1, it can return 11, right? So that's called casting. And 11 here, it will turn it as what? You will surround it by a string. So it returns it as a string, basically, right? Which means that that you are actually here casting some types, right? All right, I don't know why TikTok just told me, hey, you have rewards to claim in your creator camp. Thank you, TikTok, but not now. This is GS, yeah. Boomaroma. What a name. Nice one. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, JavaScript does that, but you don't have to really think about it too much. It's whatever comes first goes first and casts first. And only strings, sometimes they just make it not understandable for you. So you need also to check the types. Then you say, hey, maybe my types here, as I think they are strings or I think they are numbers, they're actually type something else. So there is one thing that you can check off is this. For example, you say console log type of null. All right, guys, if I use this now, what will be output? Don't test it, just try. What will be the output of type of null? I'm Rust backend dev. Is that for that feature is pressed for me? Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you come from a strong typed kind of language, you will always have a problem with that, Frank. So yeah, I mean, that's a good question. That's why I actually go now to blow the mind of people who are saying it returns a none and no idea. This returns an object, my friend. Object. Null is an object. Okay, so let's say you are doing the same, but this time you are returning the type of, let me just do 1, right? So right here it's a number, but what will be the type of 1? Come on chat, guess for me. Again, no idea. Integer. Yes, it's a number for sure. So yeah, this will be a number. Yeah. But what will be the type of this, which is an array, empty array, right? And what will be the type of this? Let's guess, right? Float. No, it's not a float. Okay. Type of first, just type. First type is and second type is. So I know that you're answering my question. Float. Oh my gosh, my camera started to do it. No. Ah, now it's back. Come on, get me. So chat is saying objects. Yes, both of them are objects. So this one here will be type of object, and this of type of object. And why is that? Why is it type of object, basically? Why is it saying that? Come on, camera, come on, count me correctly. Yeah. Why a type of array is object, a type of null is object, but then therefore type of empty object is also an object? Why do you think is that? Yeah, methods inside. That's a really close one. I think that I give you the benefits of the doubt there. You are correct, actually. Yeah. So why is that? Because if you go and say, hey, const object of, let's say, key will be, I don't know, 1 or 0. Actually, the object can be like this, and the value can be test, for example, right? So, oh yeah, okay, I will give it another one here. So let's go test, whatever. So the thing is, expected test cannot declare blocked sky variable missing. Yeah, for sure, because I said here object and then therefore like that. So here this object actually has a proto, or has a proto snippet, this one. And that prototype thing is actually really interesting, because if you say object.proto, you can access a lot of functions for objects. And that means that you are here actually trying to access the prototypal functions of objects. One of them is being like, for example, what is one that I can actually share with you? Yeah, you can do actually for in or something like that. So these actually also things that are available for objects as are available for arrays, because arrays are also objects, right? Or you can say dot length, right? Or you can say key of value of something, or you can say object of entries or something like that. So you can use a lot of proto functions for objects, and also you can do the same when it comes to arrays. So basically here, if you say array is equal 1, 2, and 3, for example, and then you go array.proto, and then dot, you will also access a lot of functions like slice, like splice, and you can still actually see that this prototypal functions actually comes from these all here, .sum, .push, whatever, actually come from an object, and therefore the array is a type of object, because when you do an array, when you did this array over here, you are actually doing it like this, new array, and then kind of like opening these and passing these as arguments basically. And this also is available for you basically, and that therefore you know that this is a class of array, which is giving you objects. And that's it. I mean, when you look at it like that, JavaScript becomes easier for you to understand. Yeah, man, Natapol, thank you a lot, really. Thanks for being here. Yeah, the language is JavaScript, by the way. And yeah, that's it. I mean, step by step, guys, you will understand everything. Yeah. I think my camera is not capturing me very well. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, now it's better. And I'll just do it like this and then go back. Nice. Yeah, any questions maybe? Anything that I can help you with here? Oh, I touched my mouse for a long period of time and didn't respond, and now it's working. Yeah, for using keyboards and only new Vim, you will not touch your mouse at all. Actually, you will be only touching your keyboard. All right, so any more questions though about this stuff that we did today? Let me check Twitch and also Kick, because we are live streaming there as well. So guys, if you are actually interested, you can go to Kick or to Twitch if you're also there, and you want to watch from there. It will be good for me also if you follow up there, and thank you a lot. Yeah, jQuery better than JavaScript. I mean, I agree with you. jQuery had its fame for a long period of time. It was very known. Everybody said that jQuery is the best. I even worked with jQuery and I loved it, you know. But came up that anybody can do jQuery at their own home. Yeah, they can sit down and say, hey, I want to develop jQuery, and it will be a really good thing. And that's how framework started. And then everybody started doing their libraries, and npm became a thing, Node became a thing, and then it was passed, right? So you don't need to declare data type when declaring a variable. You can, but JavaScript is not JavaScript. We're not talking about TypeScript now. It's not a hard type language. So basically, you can say not anything here in this case, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy with what we did today. I think we talked about a lot of stuff. So if you don't understand anything of these, because these we did it last time, for example, please feel free to ask. And one of the ones that I actually like to maybe showcase what is set is this one here. If I go ztop again, okay, that's nice. Ztop top. Let's go down, see also if I can have another example. No, I like this one actually. So find the intersection of two arrays, and find the intersection of two arrays again, the goal, that's it. Common elements without duplicates. So here you can, what we did is actually we spreaded the set of numbers of 1. So basically here what we did is we copied whatever in array of nums 1, and this is what is the array. So 1, 2, 2, 1, and then you have 1, 2 as a second array of nums of 2. And the output here will say, hey, you have two numbers that are duplicate, or two numbers that are shared, or intersection of both of them, which is 1 or 2. But then I will return only the length. That's why I'm returning here the filter part, right? So yeah, I mean here actually not really. Here I'm returning the elements, right? sets2.has, and then I'm saying, yeah, actually that's correct. So basically here I should have returned the length, but in other ways I'm just showing you how I actually get rid of duplicates. So the first example is to get an array of non-duplicates, and the second one is just to get a set. But how can you actually see in between if this spread one can be filtered by only the ones that are intersected? You can use a filter, which is an array function, with set2.has, which is a set function, to see if you have any kind of like intersection in this case. I don't know if I actually correctly kind of explained it, but it's to the point. Yeah, I have to go, blah blah, thank you, not a poll again. So you don't need to declare that. That's correct. It's not a hard type function. I'm coming back. Well, after years, you are doing well. Yeah. And what's the arrow mean? Okay, that's a good question. So the arrow is actually these two, but I have kind of like a special font that whenever I do an equal and then a bigger sign, it turns them into an arrow. And that's why that's called an arrow function, and it's an anonymous function, which means that it's a function without a name. And if I want to call it, I just go before it and do const the name of it and then equal to that anonymous function. I hope that explains it, Marianne, and I think it does. So I hope that your question is answered. Yeah. Any more questions? I think everyone, I'm really surprised by how many people are interested in JavaScript lately. Yeah. The Darth Bane said, yeah, he's on Twitch now, and it's more comfortable. True, actually. On Twitch, you have the whole screen, and therefore I can show you the app sometimes. The thing is that on TikTok, we have more people joining usually, so that's why I focus with it a lot. And yeah, but overall, you can go to Twitch or you can go anywhere, and I will explain in a better way, because we'll probably have a full screen there. Yeah. What is this coding about? So you just said use a 8111 whatever. So yeah, this is about kind of like elite coding, and we're trying to explain some of the JavaScript functions, right? Do you also code in Python? Yeah, I do some Python coding, but I'm not really good at it, and I stick to only JavaScript usually. Yeah. So yeah, anyone who's in the chat, please go follow. That's 100%, because I'm trying to reach as much as possible to the 10K followers on TikTok as well, and anywhere else, like Twitch, Kick or whatever. You can follow me anywhere, and that will be really helpful, because yeah, it will be great help to push me forward to be doing this every day as always. Do you have class? You mean, do I teach? Yeah, I do teach. I actually provide teaching remotely or in classes. Usually universities sometimes call me for teaching and stuff. I did this last year with 2 universities, I think, and it was really successful. They enjoyed it. We built like a pizza React app, pizza shop React app. It was really amazing. And the second thing is that it will be really awesome if you have like not only one student to teach, like multiple people at the same time. So you have multiple questions, and everybody actually gets to enjoy the class, and also to love other questions, and kind of like intersect in between, and know exactly that someone else can approach a problem differently, and they learn from each other a lot that way. So yeah, I don't do much of teaching, but whenever I do, I just pick a whole class, kind of like 20 people or 10 people to teach. Yeah. Can you explain loop functions for while? I'm not confident to use it. Okay, can you just tell me what is exactly not comfortable in your case? Because it's obvious what is a for loop is or a while loop is, but I can explain it therefore. Yeah. So, so here we have a for loop. Let's say you want to kind of like, in this case, let me think about a way to do it. Let's say you want to count from somewhere, which is I in this case, to n value, right? You can say here CIW, and then I will just say n, for example. And then you want to here cc, and you say console.log n, right? All right, so let's see what that returns. The problem is that I need to actually define n here, and I will do 10, right? So 10 will be actually a good value, so we don't hardcore my CPU. Oopsie doopsie, where is that array? Somewhere I have an array. This one, const array. What? 1, 2, 3. Identify array hasn't been declared. I don't know. Where did I use that? Should be on line 117, right? 117. Oh wait, what? How to sum up an array? All right, but let me just don't do that now. All right. So console log n, and n also is a problem now, correct? So it should be I in this case. All right, and then that's it. So basically what you have here is just like from 0 to your n, and I don't know how much I defined my n to be, but I defined it to 10. So the case of us here is that it's starting from 0. Therefore, if it starts from 0, it's not from 1, then it will stop at 8, because 8 is what is equal to the index of 9. So that's it. Let's say actually you want to see it starting from 1, and you want to say, hey, it's equal, it's less or equal than 10. Then for now, if you do this and then you clear it, and let's say you clear it again, and then you do this, and you will see basically 1 to 10. This 8 is something else. It's about the prime numbers that we tested, all right? So yeah, that's how you do a for loop. I mean, it's not like science. It's just you get used to how can you count from somewhere to somewhere, and it's really easy to use. I don't see any problem with the for loop actually. For some programmers, seems to be like the first thing that they go to use whenever you tell them to fix a problem. Whenever you tell someone to fix any problem, like, hey, can you count through, he will think only about like for loops in here. Yeah, cool. Anything else, guys? Anything in mind? Maybe we can try. Do you have a class? Can you explain loop functions? We did that. A lot of people joining now, surprisingly. That's cool. Where can you learn Python for free? Actually, YouTube seems like the best place for that, and also if you go to like Coursera, it will be really good. Also, there is like this EDX platform. I'm not sure about it, but it also provides really good stuff. Like you can find even like algorithmics from Harvard courses for free. Yeah, you can find a lot of stuff actually for free nowadays. All right. Anybody who's new, please keep following. And yeah, you can follow on TikTok and on Cake or on Twitch. Okay, guys. Any more questions? I like how the questions are more deeper and deeper about JavaScript now. All right. What can I explain to you next? Maybe I can say, yeah, we talked a lot about arrays, about prototypes, about what else? About this keyword, maybe. Yeah, but we talked about it last live. Actually, we talked about this keyword a lot. Yeah. Anybody knows how to remove duplicates using for loop? Armand asked, what is framework is this? We are not actually using any framework. We are just doing JavaScript, like literally normal JavaScript, the vanilla one. Yeah. And we're trying actually to solve kind of like interview questions, which helps anybody in the chat, if they are actually learning JavaScript, to kind of like get used to it even better. And maybe they have me to explain to them as much as I can how does JavaScript work, because if you're not familiar with it, then you probably think that it's hard typed like Java or C# or whatever, but it's not. Actually, it's more flexible until you add TypeScript to it. Where do you learn Java? I think there's good YouTubers that teach Java very well, actually. But I think Oracle has really good Java stuff, right? And they're actually really good at it, and they can help you a lot. So just type Oracle like presentation for Java, new updates or something like that, and you will find really a lot to learn. Yeah. All right, Sarah said, see you next time. See you, mate. Thank you for joining. Okay, look at TikTok. TikTok actually has this problem where whenever you have 1 hour of 1 hour of actually doing a live stream, it needs to remind you and saying, hey, are you a robot? Man, I spoke for 2 hours and then you're asking me if I'm a robot. Hey, what's wrong, Flashy? Flashy is crying face. Do I learn C++ after C#? You don't need to, but you may do also. It's up to you. Why? Because C# is used maybe for game development. Maybe that's what you are trying to do. Stick to it, right? Yeah, that's how I thought about it. So you said already that you're studying game development, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, it's up to you to learn whatever you want, but stick to C# and keep doing it, because C++ doesn't help you much if you are a game developer now. Unless you want to learn more about computers and you want to go C++, C, maybe even assembly, and get how things works, right? What are you developing? Actually, I'm not developing anything. We are just trying vanilla.js to lead code and try to fix stuff, right? You don't have to, as I said, DR asked about the game development part. You don't have to learn C++ unless you have to learn about how computers work, right? So then if you are saying, hey, I want to learn how pointers work or how templates work in C++ or whatever, then yes, you can. But usually you don't have to, right? Stick to what you know. C# is good. Go to Unity, go to Epic Games. I think they have a really good engine, right? Unreal Engine 4, I think, or whatever. And they're all good. I mean, they're all stuff that you can learn from a lot, and you can be really good at what you do, sticking only to C#, yeah, right? Nice. How much time does coding take to learn, like on average? I mean, on average, the way I did it, I did kind of like 2 hours per day for like the first 6 months. And then I started doing kind of 4 hours, 6 hours per day for another 6 months, where I felt like, okay, I'm in the position where I can be junior. So 1 year of juniorism. And if you think about it, I took a lot actually of days off in that period. And at the end, I ended up really learning too much, right? And that's it. That's how it is. Yeah, it's not much, And what also DR said here is that you learn by doing, kind of like lead code helps also, projects helps, and you also want to think that you are going to build portfolios, right? So you're going to add portfolios, you're going actually to show these portfolios to the world. So give them as much as you're going to evaluate yourself in the future. So when you start something, think about as if you are going to examine it yourself in the future. You say, okay, I know that this is going to be like my first project is gonna be bad, but maybe I will get back to it and fix some stuff, because your interviewer will see it. We'll go sometimes to the old projects and see when you did that. So if it's 4 years ago, that's fine. But if like you are a 1-year-old coder already and you just submit for a job, they will see that 1-year-old code and they probably will judge you for it. So try to always like go back and refactor. Refactoring teach you a lot from where you were and what you're gonna be, and also it helps you with gaining confidence, right? I'm practicing with lead code. What more do you recommend? I'm doing Java. With lead code, actually, I recommend that you do as much lead code as possible. You don't have to do also only lead code. In your case, you also can be doing mini projects as other people, as I advise them to do also. So you go for your own, like, I don't know, like a backend that uses REST APIs that also have a socket running in it for a chat app or whatever. And then you go to say, okay, whenever I am close to interview, then I will go back to lead coding. Yeah. I actually myself, I did a custom website. Yeah, I have one right now, but it's down. Maybe I will actually work on it in the future and maybe make it live again. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So what is the let and why you use it for? Yeah, so let and const are for like doing values, basically append them certain values to certain kind of like how can I explain it in a better way that you don't wanna get rid of JavaScript. All right, so if you affect something to a constant, you want to think about it, where will I use this constant? So basically you have scopes in JavaScript, something called scopes, and these scopes usually are in between like brackets, right, or in between curly braces. These scopes are where constants will be defined, but then out of these scopes they won't be accessible. Therefore let is different. Let, you can actually put it somewhere like you see here we have for let, right? For let equal for let is I equal to. Therefore this I is available only inside that scope, but it still is available also if you go deeper in that scope. Therefore const won't be doing that. Const is just into its scope and it will be only available for what's under it, and that's it. So that's the let and the const. It's like a scope issue here. You need to go up, down, and you need to kind of understand it like that. And you can use like two functions that are separated from each other, use let between them, and then use const, and you will see the difference. What IDE is that? Yeah, I can show you. So this is terminal actually, and I'm using nvim, you see. So when I do nvim, it opens this one, which is lazy vim also, kind of. So here we were in this challenge file. And how you do this, actually, I go to my config nvim files, and these are it. So all of these are actually config files. So here you see that I'm using LazyGit. Here you see my CMP for Lemonade, like the Lua snip stuff. So these are the when I say hey, these are my LSP stuff. So basically how I lint my code and how I actually read some of the TypeScript stuff. Also here you can find my like shortcuts for stuff. So yeah, if I do like leader key and then space, what will happen? Actually this is enter and then K, what will happen? And then these are the kind of keywords for it. There is this auto pair part also, which is really cool. It just whenever you open like a bracket or open a string or a template string or something, it will just close it automatically, and that's what happens when I do this, for example, where you see it's just closing it by automatically. And you configure this your own, basically. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you get used to it and you do it yourself. What is you? Wait, is that your own ID? Yes, it's my own. Yeah. Yeah, you have too much to learn, but not that much though. Yeah, not that much. It's just with time you will learn a lot. And if you follow us in the stream and you keep up with us, you will learn a lot as well. Yeah. It will be really good for you to learn more about what I do, and maybe with your C sharp, you said you do game development, right? That will be really cool for you to even like be like multicultural guy when it comes to coding. You know a lot of stuff then. Yeah. Nice. All right. All right, guys. I think I will stop here today. We already talked a lot of much, and I'm really tired, so I'm going to probably take some rest. But yeah, I think we can continue tomorrow, same time as always. I'll probably try to prepare some other stuff to do, maybe work on our app, own app. Basically, I have the app that I told you about the white noises and stuff. And yeah, please keep up, keep going to the chat, and keep visiting the live streams. And thank you a lot for being here, honestly. And I will see you soon. So if you have questions, you can DM me, and I'll be really happy to answer any questions in the future. Some guy just joined right now. All right. Goodbyes, everyone. And yeah, see you soon in the chat. Bye bye.